Tight end is probably a position that the Browns will look to in the draft as well. One of the top tight ends in the draft, a guy we got to look at the Senior Bowl, Miami of Florida's Elijah Arroyo, 6'4", 245 pounds. He looked really impressive in the one-on-one drills first day of the Senior Bowl today. Showed he can run pretty well, has some agility to get open downfield. Pretty good hands catching the ball, too. For the season, he had 35 catches, 7 touchdowns as a junior this year with the Hurricanes, and he showed the ability to get open in those one-on-one drills. And Fred, again, I know you did a positional breakdown and analysis of the tight end group with the Browns, and you go to the well. David Njoku was from Miami and Florida, but Arroyo looked pretty good. What did you come to relative to the tight end group when you analyzed that?
Well, it's pretty much what I felt like. You had a proven Pro Bowler in Joku, but if he wasn't on the field, then what do you have? And that's what happened this year. You had a very injury-filled season. I mean, he was battling, he had a hamstring early in training camp, and he had nagging knee injuries. He finished, on injury reserve with a knee injury, and he played through it, but he still missed like 6 games. I mean, Jordan Akins, he filled in, he had 40 catches. His contract's up. I don't know if they'll bring him back, but I mean, other than when Njoku was out, you really just had a bunch of guys. Blake White hurt. They had 2 or 3 guys that you really hadn't heard of. And so I just think that, yeah, you need to address that. You hope Njoku can come back and get his form, but now he's still relatively young. I think he's like 28, but still, he's got some tread on the tires. And I think you could use a guy like you just showed there. If you can get somebody like that, you definitely need a backup. You need 2 guys, especially if you're going back to the offense more with the 2 tight ends and multiple formations like that with tight ends. You got to have more than one guy. I mean, Njoku, the years before they had Njoku, Harrison Bryant, and Akins, and before that they had Austin Hooper. So they usually had 3 kind of proven guys. Last year they started with really only 2, and then when the top one got hurt, you were kind of hurt. So I think the idea was they only had the 2 was because they were going to go more with multiple wide receivers, and now I think that thinking may shift a little bit. So definitely need another receiver. They need to get a younger guy in there.